Roll. If you have to look back, please look back, because yesterday I gave you the formulas of all the figures that we're going to end up doing. Today we're going to focus on the trapezoid and the rhombus. So help me out. Review with me. What was the area of a trapezoid from yesterday? Area of a trapezoid. 16, area of a trapezoid. Good. Thank you for telling me what everything means as well. B1 and B2 are your parallel bases that you're adding together, multiplying it by the height of the trapezoid in 1/2. Good. Good start. How about a rhombus now? Area of a rhombus. 12, area of a rhombus.
1/2 D1 times D2.
And can I ask you, Brandon, would you remember what the variable D stood for?
Diagonal.
Good. That's the diagonal length. All right, perfect. So let's start with the rhombus and then work our way to a trapezoid. And then you're going to work on 2 problems on your own. All right, we're working with the rhombus in example 1. One diagonal is 6. The area is 48. What about the other diagonal now? So I've identified it's a rhombus. So I get my rhombus formula out. Can you guys help me plug in what's the deal with the 6 first? Where's the 6 going? What is 6 feet? Where can I plug it in? Here we go. 21. What's the 6? Okay, so I should have 1/2 times 6. And how about the 48? 6. This 48 square feet they give me. That's the area, so it should go in for A. Everybody good? And what am I solving for? The other diagonal. And second period, I incorrectly just assumed we could solve that algebraically. What's your next move here? So let's keep going here. I can't assume that we know how to solve for x yet. David, what would your move be?
I would multiply both sides by 2.
Okay, that's fine. Anybody else have a different move? Let's hear it. You have a different move other than getting the 1/2 out of there? So multiply both sides by 2 is fine with me. You could also multiply 1/2 and 6 and get 3x equals 48 and go from there. Go ahead. Either way, I don't care what you do. Multiply both sides by 2 or multiply the 1/2 and the 6. Either way, we're still going to get hopefully the length of the diagonal. And the other length of the diagonal, what are we looking at here? 18.
What's it? Oh, 16.
16. It's naked, Claire. Feet, thank you. Questions? Any comments solving that? Because we're going to get a little tougher now. Now I'm not even going to give you, I want to find the area, but you don't have that much information. So find the area of this rhombus. I didn't give you much info, but all right, before we tackle this one, let's review some properties because they're going to help us here. Got to know my properties of a rhombus to do this problem. Not all of them, just a couple. Anything you want to throw at me that may help me in this problem? Jonah?
The diagonals are perpendicular.
Diagonals perpendicular. That's going to help here. Okay, another one. Remember, it's a parallelogram as well. So something else about the diagonal should help me here. Eva? They bisect each other. That's huge. And one more I'm going to ask you about. What about all the sides? Congruent sides. All sides congruent. All right, let's do this. Can you find the length of one diagonal quickly now, knowing one of these properties? And quickly, either you're just typing something real quick into your calculator or just doing it right in your head right now. Because I have 40 here. What's the length of this entire diagonal then that's got 40 on it? That's the one I'm looking for. 13?
80.
80. Double it. All right, we got to do a little work now for the other diagonal, right? Because I don't know there's nothing on that other diagonal. We said diagonals are perpendicular, forms a right triangle. We said they bisect each other. This piece is 40. What are we doing to find something else about the other diagonal then? I got 50 and I got 40 there. What else can I do? 9, how else can I figure out something about that other diagonal? Yeah, we could. You're right. Pythagorean Theorem. A squared, B squared equals C squared. We're going to do it on one of those right triangles. You guys aren't out of the woods yet. What's going in for A, B, and C? $11. Help me out plugging in for Pythag here. What's going to go in for A, B, and C?
40 for A.
Yep.
Just B.
Just stay B. I'm looking for a leg and C.
50.
All right, get after it, everyone. Find that other leg, aka half the diagonal. $30. Hopefully you guys aren't getting antsy and fired up and putting 30 into your area formula, right? That's not what I want to put in there. What do I want to put in? What's the other diagonal length then? I don't want to plug 30 in there. 9, what do I want to plug in? 60. Good work. Good job, everyone. Good job. So we end up with 2,400 square inches. Can we all agree it's just more than a formula, this unit? It's more than a formula. That's great that you knew the area formula, but if you don't know your rhombus properties, we were in trouble. And speaking of rules and properties, let's go to the trapezoid. And you can already tell what's going to come up here based on the degree measures that are there. All right, we got a trapezoid working. We just went over at the beginning of the notes, 1/2 the height, and then times the sum of the bases. Let's go. All right, I gave you 6 and 11 on that diagram. Where's that going in my formula? Where's the 6 and 11 going in my formula? And you're welcome. 20. Bases, yep. The only thing we're on the hook for, what the heck's the height of this trapezoid? So I got 6 plus 11. Make sure you add them. All right, what's the deal with the height? Ooh. You want to draw one in? Well, actually, you already have one. A to D is a height, but I don't know how we're going to get all the way over there. So can we draw another height in from B to DC? So everyone go from vertex B, a nice perpendicular line down opposite to DC. And can anybody help me find how long that is now? Ooh, I do see it's part of A. 45, 45, 90? Yeah. But here's the issue. I didn't have this issue yesterday, but I am right now. I do not know any side length. I don't know any side length to use any rules. Or can you get me a side length? Can you get me a side length in this 45, 45, 90, Jonathan?
Because there's 11 on DC and
Yep.
AB is 6. You could subtract the 6 from the 11.
6, opposite side congruent, 6. Subtract it from 11. Now I have my side, 5. I'm not going to write them down again. We went over the rules yesterday. If you use your rules, what should the height be now? If I'm using my 45, 45, 90 rules, what's the height of this trapezoid? 24? 5. They're both across from the 45s, meaning the legs are congruent. Nice work. No simplest radical form needed here, according to the directions. $42.5. And you know what? I don't know if your teacher in the past has ever had you do that, units squared. I'm not a big fan of that. It doesn't look great. I just leave it naked. If there's no units on the diagram, there you go. Leave it naked. Whoa! Don't go on to the next one. I think, and you guys may disagree, I don't know. This is the hardest one to remember. Trapezoid. Hardest one to remember. So let's say you blank next week on the test. What was the trapezoid? And it's not on your formula sheet either. What was the trapezoid formula? You don't need it if you blank. Why don't you need it? What did we just cut this up into by drawing a height in?
Square.
Well, maybe a square, but definitely rectangle. Do you know the area formula for a rectangle? Length times width. Do you know the area formula for a triangle? Okay. That you can always break a trapezoid up into a rectangle and a right triangle. So if you blank on the formula, at least break it down to two simpler figures. All right. All right, one more, and then you guys are going to show some greatness on your own. All right, another trapezoid. 1/2 the height, B1, B2. What did I give you? What's the 7 in the old 11? I should have clicked one more time. That didn't look great at all. 19. 7 and 11. What are they? Bases. All right, help me find the height now, everyone. So I'm going to draw the height down from vertex P going down to RQ. And yes, you guys are correct. I just built a 30, 60, 90. Can somebody get me a side length in the 30, 60, 90 before I find what the height is? Can somebody get me a side length in the 30, 60, 90 for me? Oh, 8. Little help on that side length. Thank you. That's 4. Is that the shorter or the longer leg in this 30, 60, 90? Is 4 the shorter or the longer here? 19? Shorter. Height's the longer. Use the rule from yesterday. I got the shorter. I'm looking for the longer to plug into the height. So your height will be 20?
4 times radical 3.
4 square root of 3. Good work. Okay, real quick, could you do sine, cosine, tangent if you didn't remember the rules? Not in this problem. Anybody know why? Hi, Lauren.
Direction says review answers in simplest radical form.
Yeah, simplest radical form, and you're going to get a decimal out if you did that. So I unfortunately couldn't accept it. It's got to be in simplest radical form, which means I need a radical in the answer. I know some of you are just confused right now. What's the only radical showing right now in my calculation? Radical 3. So that better be in your answer. We better have a radical 3 in the answer. What goes with it? Multiply it. Multiply everything else. 1/2 times 4 times 18. That'll be simplest radical form. Get the radical 3 in there, and then multiply everything else. Now we should have 36 after you multiply everything else. So there's simplest radical form for you. All right, here's the deal. You guys got 2 problems here. You can work with anybody around you, or you can go solo. Here's the deal, though. You cannot move on to the next problem unless I give you the okay that you got the first one correct. Go to number 5 for me. You could see a conveniently hole punched right through the degree measure. As you guys could see up here, it's 35 degrees. And just so we're clear, the perimeter and area of the figure's right here, the parallelogram. That's what I want you to find the area and perimeter of, is that parallelogram that's shaded in. I need to give you the okay if you think you have the right answer for number 4, and then you'll move on. All right, so go ahead, get after it. Talk with people around you. That's fine. I prefer that, but if you want to go solo, that's fine too. Let's go. Let me know when you're done with number 4. I'll come over and take a peek. Or if you're stuck, I can take a peek too.